So the first thing I'd just like to point out to people is, before we start looking at any of the functionality around email, is to kind of dive in to kind of the basic Outlook options, which again is something that most people don't really bother to go and have a look at. To get into the Outlook options, if you just click on File and then go to Options down here on the left-hand side. I'm not going to go through everything in here, but I just think there's a couple of things that are worth pointing out. So firstly, from a productivity perspective, one of the things that can be quite distracting is, so we probably all get quite large volumes of email. So we're in the middle of doing a task, and then suddenly we kind of get the little notification pop up in the bottom right hand corner, and perhaps something pops up that looks a little bit more interesting than what we're working on at the moment. So it's quite easily for Outlook to become quite a distracting tool for us, because actually there's something new that's popped in, and I'm really intrigued to go and have a look at that. But it can tend to mean that, when we're working on tasks and we need kind of real focus time around that, it can distract us from what we're trying to do and actually make us less productive. So, very much a personal scenario of how you want to get notified. But what I'm tending to find these days is people are actually asking for those notifications to be turned off, so that they'll go in and check their email on a periodic basis. So they perhaps want, we're only going to spend 10 minutes every hour checking their email rather than living in their mailbox. So an easy way of doing that is to go in and actually turn some of the notifications off. So within Outlook options and going to mail, under this kind of message arrival tab, we can turn on what type of notifications we want to happen. So if we don't want those kind of distractions and those constant pop-ups and those constant messages, we can kind of go and turn off sounds. We can get, we perhaps might just want to leave the envelope icon there so that we can see that there's something there, but we don't know what it is. But we could perhaps turn off the desktop alert, so we kind of get the little message preview box that appears in the bottom right corner. You might just want to set it, again, completely personal, to you and how you like to work, and dependent, very much on your job role and what people do, but just worth going in and noting those.